You said a story about Max at the Grammys. You watched the Omeezy video? You watch Omeezy?
PlaqueboyMax deserves a lot of praise and a lot of credit. He took to Twitch and took over. And while becoming a successful streamer in his own right.
And this dude right here, he did exactly what, you know, I'm trying to do right here. You feel me? He did the underground route though. He talked about the underground rap and all that, and then he just made a career off of it.
PlaqueboyMax deserves a lot of praise and a lot of credit. Growing up wanting to be a streamer like his idols Bruce Dropomoff and others, he took to Twitch and took over. And while becoming a successful streamer in his own right, he decided that he was going to take on another passion of his, and that was music. And in that time, he has grown himself to a...
I believe the theory he might be an industry plant. You believe so?
Successful Grammy nominated.
He could be. I know Kai Cenat, his ass, they snatched his ass up a while ago, bro. It's over with for Mr. Kai Cenat. He in the industry. As soon as he started linking up with Kevin Hart, that's when we should have known.
Artists. But even with all the hard work and all the effort that PlaqueboyMax has done, it's still not enough for some people.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hi. I have Jamal Roberts, American Idol, and Jonathan. Can we get a shot? Are you with the Grammys?
What'd you say?
Is this the Grammys camera?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
This is E.
No, this...
Well, they thought he was pressed, bro. Hey, that's high key his fault though, bro. Bro was recording at the Grammys, man. What, you know?
This is PlaqueboyMax.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, man, that's a humbling experience. I can't lie to you, man. That does burn a little bit.
Told you I'm not. It's cool. You gotta work. This that motivation. Clip all this.
Max, I think collectively we all felt that hand on the shoulder. But this is an isolated incident. I think that PlaqueboyMax's time at the Grammys just shows how disrespected the industry of streaming and content creation really is. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It goes a long...
It's only disrespected because they know it's a threat, man. It's a threat, you feel me? It's kind of like anybody that comes into this country that's, you know, it's the minority groups in this country. You know, white folks or whatever, you know, the people that run this country, they're going to disrespect and try to put down anything they see as a threat. Because, you know, if it takes over their industry, then, you know, bam, it should hit the fan. Apparently, you said Cats, I even ignored them with that bullshit fried chicken gnarly? Nah, man. Nah, bro, I will probably crash out, man.
Way for us unemployed. Gotta stay warm during this season. Now, back into the video. PlaqueboyMax made history as the first streamer turned into Grammy Award nominated artist. Now we've seen streamers,
but hey, I ain't gonna lie, he did open up a door for people like me, bro. He opened up a door. If he can do it, then I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? He started in his bedroom just talking about, you know, whatever that's going on, and then he made it shit.
Before take on music, you know, make beats, have different art.
At one of the Grammys, Louis Capaldi was asked to move from his seat because they thought he was an ugly extra. What? He was anonymous. What? Bro, what the fuck what's going on, bro?
On their platforms. But Max has done it in a different way. His In the Booth series has gotten notoriety from all the major publications and even had him have some credits on his song Victory Lap. Now let's be clear, this is something that PlaqueboyMax has been prepping for. At the last Streamer Awards, he talked about this exact moment here.
First off, I'd like to thank God. Without him, none of this is possible. I'd like to thank my friends and family back home. I'd love to thank FaZe. Without joining FaZe, I would not be where I am right now. Shout out my brothers. But most importantly, I'd like to thank 5 Star. The next time I hold a trophy is
they have extra. Oh, I didn't even know that. So it doesn't ever look empty. Interesting.
gonna be a Grammy.
There we go. And so here we are. The day has finally arrived. Max has cut his hair, put on a tuxedo and a turtleneck, and is on the Grammy red carpet. The energy should be high, but honestly, the energy feels kind of off. Now, because of the nature of the internet.
Yeah, because you got straight demons inside of that building, bro. When you are surrounded by evil energy, it kind of affects what you got going on internally.
It did feel funny on surface that he got sunned by the publicists for these artists. I do like how Max did say that this is a learning lesson for him, but I want to give a little bit of pushback, Max. You can work as hard as you want to, but the industry has shown us over the course of X amount of years that there's gonna be an inherent disconnect, whether it's based out of jealousy, whether it's based out of hatred, whatever it is. But the streaming world and the traditional media space, even though it seems like it's getting closer, I still feel that disconnect. The reason why I say that it seems like it's getting closer,
it's a control thing, bro. If they don't have control over the industry, because we can just go live and talk about whatever unfiltered, you know what I mean? But with a lot of industry people, the people like Cat's Eye and big, just big conglomerates with a lot of money put behind them, the traditional way, like TV actors and all that, they can control pretty much anything and everything that they say. They can put the scripts behind, the scripts in the movies, the lyrics in the songs, you know, whatever's going on in TV shows. They can control everything, but they can't really control somebody that's just on live and speaking their mind, bro. And that's why it's kind of looked down upon, even though there's this shit. It's probably even more. The money difference is closing the gap very quickly.
is because we do have certain publications like Complex and Pitchfork that have done things surrounding artists or streamers before in their publications, on their websites, etc., etc. But if you remember, every single time that they do this, they seem to not be able to do their due diligence and respect the streamer in question. Remember when cameraman Chris got in trouble for talking to somebody who was a younger person and it got blasted all across social media? I remember seeing that Complex article, and it wasn't cameraman Chris in the picture. It was AMP Chris. It seemed to be some half-ass job by, I don't even want to call him.
You still need a platform to go live, which is controlled by someone else. Yeah.
Intern, I would assume that an intern is young enough to know the difference, but by somebody who probably is.
And that's why, you know, I'm not mad that it's the length of whatever I got going on right now is taking the length that is going, so I can learn how to speak and how to maneuver. By the time I make it to where I need to go, then I can, you know what I'm saying, I can move in the shadows like Batman and really do my mission. You feel me? Like I said, I can't necessarily say the mission on live because, you know, you don't ever know who watching, but I know what I need to do in this world, and, you know, this will be a good platform, and I'm happy that it's taking the length that it's taking so I can learn.
An unk thinking that they're cool by getting into the mix of this situation. And ultimately, it was disrespectful as fuck. A situation like that occurred when PlaqueboyMax was walking the Grammy red carpet and was asked to do an interview by Pitchfork. He was quickly put on game to an article in which they disrespected PlaqueboyMax and his artistry endeavors.
Actually, I'm good off Pitchfork. Young Twitch streamer tries to become a rapper. Fuck out of here, nigga.
All right, bet.
Fuck out of here. Stop playing with me. I didn't even never seen this. I don't care about the rating, but don't say I'm trying to do something. I did do it, nigga. Fuck out of here. But it's fine though, chat. Remember that type of shit. Nope.
But like, why even feed into that energy though, bro? If you already know something about yourself, you know, why even react? You know, if somebody come up to you and call you ugly, why even be like, nah, bro, I look good as hell. Like, nah, you wouldn't do all that if you know you look, you know you look away. You know what I mean? That's just an example, of course, but you said the Sherlock Holmes movie with RDJ is a perfect example of society. I gotta check it out.
Bad blood though. Shout out them. Bro, people are entitled to their opinion. But don't play with me like that and diminish my shit by calling me a Twitch streamer. Y'all know what niggas be doing when they do that. That's just corny. If they would have said PlaqueboyMax released his album and it was some sounds, the sound wasn't good, super unpolished. All right. Cool.
Now, the writer of said Pitchfork article did come to Twitter saying that he didn't expect for his article to be pulled up on a Grammy red.
But what he doing right here, he actually doing a lot more than you can that really beats the eye, man. He doing, even though him recording at the Grammys is like, you know, taboo and looked down upon, he really setting the way for people like me to come up, bro. So I really applaud him. I've been watching him since he was in the bedroom talking about he had a couple hundred viewers, you know, the subscribers was mad low. He had around the same amount I did when I started watching him. You feel me?
Carpet. And I'm assuming that he probably didn't mean any sort of harm. At least that's what he's gonna say.
Honestly, and bro, at the Grammys now, you know, and that shit inspiring for real. That's why I keep on doing what I'm doing, cause Hey, bro.
It became clear as I read the last few sentences of that article that these guys aren't fucking with this new era of streamer turned artist. He starts by making a comparison from when Drake went from being on Degrassi to being an artist, all the ridicule that he had to go through, and saying that PlaqueboyMax is going through something similar. And so in the final portions of it, he references Drake's commentary about Kai Cenat's Streamer University, in which he says, "It's my belief that the individuals that attend this program and that are sitting watching this video are the next shift in media," he said in a pre-recorded video, comparing their plight of being ridiculed to the reality TV stars of yore who now rule the world. If this is true, we might be in for a new overlord of uncool and a new generation of amorphous artist streamer entertainer guys, characters in a constantly expanding online universe whose main goal is to infiltrate your algorithm and capture your attention using every avenue possible. Now, kids everywhere are reaching for PlaqueboyMax's faux opium schlock on Spotify as they might for a Feastables at Walmart, for the simple fact that they trust content creators who burn holes into their retinas more than faceless corporations. What's more ironic about this is you'd be hard-pressed to find a popular rap record more mind-numbingly anonymous this year. I don't know. I felt like that was a little bit jabby and diggy. At the end of the day, I feel like this is a slight. No different than when Kai Cenat talked about how all these other streamers could be different things. They could be voice actors, they could be actors, they could be all these other creative things. But ultimately, they may be fighting a different fight that Kai Cenat is fighting. It's not mental health, but it's how other people classify them. It's how other people put them in a...
I mean, this probably what people felt like when, the NFL came out or some shit. Like, oh, you want to play professional football? Like, what is that, bro? Like, some shit like that. They talk down about it because it's so new and it's not really normalized. And then now what they making multi-million-dollars a year and all types of crazy shit. They're one of the most influential people in the world. Look at Allen Iverson, literally set fashion trends, all type of shit. So,
box as opposed to let them expand. A perfect example of this is later on that night when PlaqueboyMax, in a room full of cameras, gets his cameraman stopped and said that you can't be here, you can't go down this path, by some sort of security guard.
Hopefully that's not ready before, bro. Let me say what's up. What are you talking about? Yes, he is. Like, what the fuck? Come on, big bro. Chill. You gotta come out of that non. Like,
Hold on, let's get a Grammy representative.
Something that we've seen time and time again. Security guards not securing shit, as Agent would say, and overstepping their boundaries. Why? Because Max doesn't look the part to them. It's crazy because he was in a room full of literal cameras. I can't stress that enough. Now, the internet is split on this concept that I'm trying to lay down. Some are watching moments where famous actor, famous celebrity, famous artist is passing by PlaqueboyMax and totally gets ignored as a sign that says, hey, if you're not iShowSpeed or Kai Cenat, nobody will care about you.
wait, who is bro? Who is that?
I don't know, gang. Well, that's hard.
What the hell? Wait, who is that? Do you know who that is? What'd you say? Yo, I like y'all.
The egos on these folks is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If they made it into the same room as you, why a little boy I'm like that, bro? Bro, like what? They made it into the same room as you.
Nah, bro.
Why he just air my shit like that?
And some are criticizing how PlaqueboyMax himself carried himself at the Grammy Awards on the red carpet.
PlaqueboyMax here live at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Is this still surreal?
Yeah.
What's the difference between Kai Cenat and Speed? I think Kai Cenat, he's actually industry. He's like in the industry. I think Speed, he's more of a exposer of the industry. He's I don't know which one is the yin or the yang, but they're the yin and yang of the streaming world is what I see it as. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I see
It's just amazing, I swear. Like, it's amazing.
As of recently though.
I swear.
It's a wonderful day.
That when you are taking a victory lap, do you listen to music to celebrate?
Yes, it's just so sensational.
So sensational.
Yeah.
Sensational. Future.
Yeah.
Is there a song you just can't get it out of your head right now?
There's levels. Oh yeah. PlaqueboyMax, he's not on the level of popularity and influence as, someone like Speed and Kai Cenat, but, he's definitely up there, bro. He's one of them ones, and I've been watching him for a cool minute.
Now it's on loop.
I just blocked a bit because she was 16.
How different are their streams? Kai Cenat, he's more of a in the house, get loud and dance. And I mean, they're pretty similar. I ain't gonna lie to you, but as of recently, Speed, he's more of a go outside and interact with the world and really, you know, he gets clips and stuff like how he used to, but he's not as, I don't know, childish. You feel me? He still got that same childlike essence to him, you know, as you need as a streamer, but it definitely has changed. But Kai, he don't even stream no more though. He retired.
Yeah, you feel me? Real shit, because that's real shit, though. You feel me? We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. You heard about that new VVEC?
Yeah, that he.
You didn't get the drop, though?
I did. I was not a part of
Dang,
that
bro,
drop.
you gotta get on the email list.
Are you trying to send me that?
Can you sing on this online? A song that has been stuck in your head.
I pinned the face today. I pinned the
Hey, I love this, bro. I love this.
face today.
Oh
It's
my
not vicious
God.
song. Just drop.
Hey, you know, this is like someone that's not professional at all, and they got into corporate America. Yeah, feel me? They're like the personality. He's the personality hire. He there for, you know, to bring more eyes and more recognition into the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? He's the person to bridge the gap between the young folks and this old satanic ritual of the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? He's the person. Damn, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
If there's one man I want to win a Grammy tonight, it's this one because of pure manifestation.
Some are saying that this is what PlaqueboyMax and other streamers deserve, simply due to the fact that they don't fit in with the in crowd. They're not a part of what's norm. They shouldn't get the same pub. They shouldn't get the same praise as everybody else. Now, for what it's worth, I think PlaqueboyMax took it all on the chin, and even he claims that he'll grow up and be better, work harder, do better next time.
I don't know if y'all saw the clip of me did like the store runner. My nigga, they did me like one of them store runners at the studio. Boy, go get me some Welch's. Nigga, go get me some motherfucking Arizona tea.
You said Speed like hit 50 million on YouTube compared to Kai now. Speed is way bigger. Oh yeah, for sure. Worldwide, if we talking about worldwide presence, Speed, he is the biggest streamer, hands down.
Bitch ass nigga, get me a charger. And there's nothing wrong with that. That lady didn't know me. That's cool. You feel me? She didn't know who I was. This world has 7, 8, 10 billion people in this bitch. Honestly, it might have 15. Because really think about it. Who the fuck lives in Antarctica? You're telling me there's that big ass land and nobody lived there? I don't care if it's negative 50 dicks. King, there gotta be people living there. And we're not even gonna get into that. My whole point is, there's mad people on this earth. There's probably people on other planets, aliens. Never heard who the fuck is PlaqueboyMax. Who is that, nigga? Is that a dentist? He fixes people's teeth?
Facts.
Real shit though.
And you know, like there's a group XG, right? You know, every time they start something, they get on stage, they're like, "Hey, we're XG. I'm Kokona, you know, Hanada, so on and so forth." You feel me? Because they know that not everybody knows who they are, and you know that's a part of being, you know, humble. You feel me? You know, under God, I don't know. You know, you might believe in God, you might not, but you know, you gotta be humble to really receive your blessings as a whole. You know, because physical stuff literally isn't a blessing, in my opinion. That just comes from the work that you put in, right? I feel like the real blessing is the people that you have behind you and on your side, and the real connections that you have. That's the real blessing, in my opinion. You feel me? And because the money easy to make, bro. You know, it's honestly is easy to make. It can come and go so quickly, but it's not easy to have those connections.
Niggas call me either PlaqueboyMax or niggas be calling me Plaqueboy. Is his teeth fucked up? Plaqueboy. That's just how it goes. So what does that mean? Let's work harder so that the world know my name. Because it'll happen eventually. Like, I'm going to get there.
I think Max was also assuming people might know who he is. I mean, granted that he did get invited to he got nominated and all that stuff. One would assume that people would know who he is, but you know, hey, let them know let them know who you are. You feel me? You know.
I'm literally documenting, and I am streaming my whole process of my whole career.
But I think that what PlaqueboyMax experienced and other creators before him have experienced is the problem with the industry. They're old, they're slow, they're not accepting of change. They're gatekeepers. They have hierarchies. They have
gatekeeping, bro. That's literally it, man.
People that have been on a waiting list for a long time, and ultimately they don't want to let you skip the line just because you got a little bit lit or you got a little bit popping on some sort of platform. So what they're gonna do is alienate, they're gonna ostracize, they're gonna demean you, they're gonna belittle you, and they're gonna do all these things to keep you out of the place and space in which you probably should belong in. Now, this is no knock on any.
And that's why it's so important to make your own wave. Like, instead of just hopping on the wave and being a surfer, you gotta really hop and make your own wave and get your own shit crack-a-lacking. Cause, you know, that's how my first business venture dissipated, man. Like I was riding somebody else's wave because I was benefiting immensely from it. You know, it was amazing. But, you know, once that connection got severed, then where would I go next? Cause I was surfing a wave, but there's no other wave to go to. But if you got your own path, then shit, you don't gotta worry about nothing. As long as you doing what you gotta do, then yeah, you good.
Of these other entertainers or creators, but think about how creative somebody is that they took a camera, a microphone, and blew that up to being worldwide known and instant famous. Those are the things that some of these streamers are doing. The PlaqueboyMaxes, the iShowSpeeds, the Kai Cenats. So why in the world would they be kicked out or gatekept from some things and industries that?
You said, speaking of XG again, that's why I like them in their own lane, creating their own waves. Yeah, bro. I love that shit. Even though it's a slow, hard process, absolutely.
Need help. I do appreciate those.
Like, you know, I could be that guy. I could be, oh, I'm gonna go to this streamer. I'm gonna collab with them, get their audience. I'm gonna get their wave. I'm gonna go to this streamer. I'm gonna do a collab with them. I'm gonna collab with them. I could do collabs every single day and climb up, but who am I? You know, like I'm just this dude that's doing collabs and, you know, just stealing off everybody else shit. You feel me? I ain't really, you know,
that have helped people along the way. Just like
I already know how that ends out.
Last year, Kevin Hart had to
slow but surely, indeed,
come out and publicly say that he was not going to host the BET Awards unless Kai Cenat and Drewski were going to be there. And ultimately, when they went to the red carpet event and the awards as a whole, I think it was like really fire content. But nonetheless, the reason why Kevin Hart did that is because he saw the future. He saw what is to come.
Kai is such a monster, man. Like, I don't think people realize how big Kai's audience is. Like,
yes, we do.
Yeah. Kai's fan base is insane.
To be honest, you just need the view bot on Twitch to make it. Hey, man. Hypothetically, been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hypothetically, of course.
Insane. Like, you're talking about some.
I don't know how. Hey,
I
mean, it could work. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the mindset I have now. I don't know, but that's just something. I don't know.
Talking in front of a computer for hours on
this website discoverability is terrible. And I know a streamer that view bots, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna name drop him. I ain't gonna put him on blast, but you know, it's pretty obvious that he does. And I was in the community with him, and they used to do that whole piggyback method. They used to hop on each other's stream and do this and that. But once the connections get severed, then the views start going down, and then, you know, nah, bro, I'd rather just spark up a stream and I got my own community and we strong every single time, you know. There's lots of big ones. Oh yeah, they do that all the time, man. It don't even cost that much money to do it, bro. It really don't.
And you know, he holds anywhere between 300,000, 400,000 people for 8 to 12 hour periods that don't move. Like when we did those streams, you know, you're putting up Super Bowl like numbers. We had at one point like 900,000 people in a fucking stream watching for hours on end. So I told him, I said, look, man, I want to show you guys what.
So he gets it. And the industry gets it, bro. If they can amass a crowd of 900,000 to 1 million people and then post clips on TikTok and all this extraness, bro, the amount of control, the amount of influence is even bigger than regular TV, bigger than music and all that, bro. It's just off of
ways to like give your audience more and
even Max Stats looks sus. Oh, he for sure view by it, especially with FaZe. That's what that's the name of the game, bro. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, you know, but
ways to do more. So I came up with some dope ass ideas, concepts for us to rock in together, but stay true to the space of what they're doing. So Drewski, I know he came and he was like, telling you guys about the movie. I don't want to tell y'all what it is, but it's a big idea that we're working now. But I was like, to do it, you guys got to educate yourself on things in this space. So it wasn't homework. I was like, understand production, understand how movies are made, understand the look and feel, so that when we're talking and ideating, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to talk to you and then you got to go backwards and track what we're talking about. So the homework, quote unquote, the homework was more about get this concept and then like, let's get to the table and let's make the shit funny. But I got them really like creating the shit and developing it.
Right now, I think creators are still in this novelty phase. What I mean by that is these bigger entities that are chasing a younger audience on a hope and a whim don't want to invest any real money on them. So what they'll do is some sort of manufactured slop job to get them out there. Sure, we'll give you courtside seats, but we won't give you any sitting at the round table. We won't even let you have any sort of creative control over what goes on these broadcasts and productions. We'll just allow you to be on the main page of the social media sphere, you know, for our bigger company. But I'm sorry to say, gang, Kai Cenat is pulling more views than some of these professional basketball games.
Yeah,
if you don't roll out the red carpet for him or other content creators like a PlaqueboyMax, then you're probably going to be losing. I don't think that PlaqueboyMax failed at the Grammys. They're just not hip as to what's going on. And I don't mind people gatekeeping to an extent, but don't give me that half-assed handshake like you're about to accept me into your industry when we know you're really not. Now, I will say Max's story is just one side of it. He's somebody who dipped his toe in it. But what if I told you there's a creator out there named Markiplier, OG in the game, who is not just dipping his toe into the industry, but threatening it as a whole, and the industry doesn't like that. Stay tuned.
Okay. Hey, bro. Mark my words, I'm gonna be a big topic of discussion one of these days. Once, you know, I start working my magic and start getting shit crack-a-lacking, you feel me? I'm excited. I'm excited for the future, you know what I'm saying? I'm just in this period where, you know, I gotta learn everything, and I feel like God is putting me through a process to really harness my skills and develop them and get my vocab up and the way that I speak and the way that I deliver things so my point comes across perfectly, well, as at least the best way as possible for the right people. And, you know, hey, and I'm grateful for the process, you know what I mean? The beauty's in the struggle, the beauty's in the process, you know, and I appreciate it. Every day I spark up, no matter what's going on. So, but yo, man, that was the video. Shout out to Omeezy, bro, you know what I'm saying? I've been watching Omeezy for a long time, bro. He works with AMP. He works with, you know, bigger streamers and whatnot. He's connected in the industry, and he knows what the hell he's talking about. You feel me? So, yeah, man.